Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Kuuga growing form, who I call Baby Bro Kuuga. And that's because this is Kuuga's when he powered down from his normal mighty form. It's called the growing form. It's actually the form he takes literally in the first episode because he doesn't become Red Kuuga then. And this is less powerful. It's actually 1/3 of his normal mighty form power. I'm just here to review it because, man, I love Kuuga. And you guys already know that. I talk about it all the time. He's always in the size reviews. And I try to do as much Kuuga stuff as possible. I missed out on doing, I believe I missed out on doing Pegasus, which I'm actually going to finish that up soon as well, too. But I'm excited. I have a little bit of free time. I wanted to talk about growing form. But yeah, let's get to it. We have our little baby horns, which is actually, this is how you tell a difference in a Kuuga. This is not one of those things where it's like, oh, you know, the horns. So here we are with a normal mighty form. And I should preface with this is a new sculpt because I actually have an LED head on. But as you can see that the horns are still taller on this guy than it is on him. So I want to make sure we talked about that. It's also, our gem is solid here, a little bit more solid, showing that it's covering most of its power here. We have a clear solid red gem there. Let's put him off to the side. Now, as far as our range of movement and articulation, it pretty much all remains the same for this guy. But in case you're just watching a Kuuga video for the first time, let's talk about our movement. Our head sculpt looks really good. Position it in a more neutral stance. We have those nice compound eyes. We can look up, we can look down, we can look left and look right. We can actually tilt as well too, showing off that emotion. Our shoulder pads are on the arm. So when it comes to lifting up, hitting a T-pose, it is not an issue for this. Even if I didn't want to position it this way, most of the time when you use the arm, like doing whatever it is you're doing, when you just slide it up, it automatically comes up with no issue. They really streamlined that method across for him. And if you hear anything in the background, that's Riley being a jerk. He's messing with a bunch of stuff right now. Here we have our bicep swivel, right? We are double jointed. As you can see, we can fold all the way up and through, which is really, really nice. And we have this floating joint that can manipulates a butterfly joint in pretty much 360-degree direction. It's just so nice. Here we have our midsection joint without pulling it up because he has an extension joint to allow for extra ab crunch movement. As you can see, I've kind of indented mine in a few areas because I was going ham with the posing. But as you can see, this rotation joint is so nice and so clean for him. It's really, really nice, and I love how it works out to where you can get a nice backwards movements and forwards. Beautiful ab crunch. As far as our legs, going outward, we get it only about this far. We do have a thigh swivel. We can hit our 90-degree angle, maybe even a little better than 90 degrees. Our legs can go a little bit outward, forward. We can tilt in very well. Tilting outward, not as much. And we are double jointed. But because of that leg design, that's about as far as you get. So you won't do any crazy sitting poses, right? But as far as just getting this guy posed up and looking real nice, Kuuga just, I don't know. Oh, that's one thing I want to talk about, and I want to get to that. But Kuuga poses up so nicely. But for some reason, my growing form has a knee issue, which it kind of bugs me out because I've never had this issue before, where my knee joint doesn't actually stay in. That is really a first. It's a little annoying since I've gone through a lot of Kuugas. This is the first time I've ever had to deal with my joint constantly falling off like this. Oh, by the way, you do get a rotating swivel forearm very nicely. I just forgot all about that. There I go, twisting things off because I'm doing too much. Also, I have the non-default hands on. I have the more relaxed palms on. And that's because I wanted to show you on the Tri-Chaser, because you don't get actual bike holding hands, because I believe in growing form, he never actually rides the Tri-Chaser, if I remember correctly. I may have to go back and rewatch. I've been aiming to have my yearly watch of Kuuga, and I just haven't had a chance to. So, it fits on a bike like every other Kuuga, but these hands have a little bit more of an opening, so you have to position them really well. But he should be able to hold. Let's get him on properly so we can see it at work. And if I was to hold him up like this, he actually does hold up on the bike. So that means you can do Kuuga Fu on your bike, using that bike fight, like the bike food for real. So here we are looking really good on the Tri-Chaser. Like this looks really, really good. But as you can see, because when I move the handlebars, that's why I said you have to position it really well. Otherwise, its hands will come out. But yeah, looks good. Now, as far as accessories, this is where it gets really cool and also really light. Because growing form is only 1/3 powerful, you don't really get much because he's only at 1/3 of his power. So you can't go crazy. So outside of these normal relaxed palm hands, you will get these more open relaxed hands, as you can see here. Also posing hands, depending on what type of martial arts you're using. You'll get your Kuuga posing hands. Let's actually fix that. There we go. Get your Kuuga posing hands. You get the closed fist, obviously for punching your opponents. And you get the patented Kuuga thumbs up. Very important, because thumbs up in your both friends and enemies is quite important. You'll also get 2 more accessories, which will help you with your dragon form and your Pegasus form, whether it be display or photography reasons. So you'll get this, I forgot what this is called. Oh, this is one of those things they do when they want the caution rod, like when you want to place it upon other things. So here's a caution rod, right? And for dragon form, you can also put it in one of these Kuuga's hands, but it's actually specifically made to be held for dragon form. When he transmutes into a dragon rod and uses his ability, as you can see right here. So look at dragon form making an appearance in the video to hold it up before he transmutes it. Pretty cool. And then for Pegasus form, you actually get the detective handgun, his revolver. So for the Pegasus form, you just hold it with the trigger hand. Slide that in. There we go. And now Pegasus form is literally holding a revolver. So I see a lot of memes coming out of this one though. I won't even lie to you. There will be many, many memes coming out of this one. But yes, it looks really, really good and really solid. And it doesn't come with much. So if you are a hardcore Kuuga fan like myself, it's obviously a must-have. But if you're more of a casual fan and you don't know what you're getting into, or you missed out on Mighty Form, or you just want to try out a Kuuga, you can get this guy. He is exclusive, unfortunately, but widely available to many. Many vendors should have him still, hopefully. But I don't know when time this video will go up, but hopefully it's still there. Oh, done shook my whole camera. I'm bugging y'all, I'm sorry. But without further ado, we're going to jump into the size comparison part. So let's get to that. All right, guys, time for the size comparison. And this is where the fun begins. Yeah. Let's do a Kuuga comparison. So here we have dragon form, right? Here we have Pegasus form. Let's get that joint going. There we go. Yeah. We have mighty form, which again, I said I do have a light up LED head there. So I'm going to put that on so you can see the slight difference in both the design and the fact that, you know, it lights up. And I should have did this off camera, but I wasn't paying attention. So, and this is by Figuarts Toys. You probably can't see it too well in the light, but it doesn't matter. I just want to give you guys a nice Kuuga comparison. The only one I'm not going to bring here is going to be Ultimate form, because I'm comparing some color variants until we at least get Titan form. And here we are. This guy even looks a little bit smaller. Let me make sure everybody's, you know what? Pretty sure that's, yep. It's because people's torso are just elongated, but everyone's pretty much the same size. But this guy just looks and feels smaller in terms of preference, when in reality, he is literally the same as everyone else. And it could be those tiny horns too. Just could be a whole image thing. But it's really cool to see a lot of the Kuugas just right up next to each other. I'm really enjoying this. This is nice to see. This feels good. This feels right. But again, this is me and my bias and love for Kuuga. So it's cool to finally like put these guys up in their Shinkoucchou Seihou form and really like bask in it. So this is nice to see. So I'm going to take my guys away. Take them away. Yeah, I'm singing because I'm happy. Deal with me. Next, we'll compare to a few other designs in SHF. Here is Kamen Rider Vulcan, who I think is a very nice size-wise comparison. We know the Saber stuff is a little bit bigger, but it's cool to do Vulcan so we can see a nice body proportion look, as well as some Amazons. So here's Amazon Alpha. who's a little bit on the smaller side as well too. So there we are, right? Looking good. Let's take these guys away. Here we have a Mafex Carnage, who I think is it just looks cool. We have Time Force Red from Lightning Collection. Fun fact, in Japan, when Kuuga was airing, so was Time Ranger, which is Time Force. So they're the superhero hour counterparts to each other in terms of 2000. Here we are with G.I. Joe Classified Jake Gyllenhaal, aka Breaker. Then we have a Marvel Legends Sandman. I just got this in, 2 days ago? Retrowave Sandman. He's a little bit bigger, but I'm pretty sure it'll look good as an opponent for Kuuga. Next up, we have an Articulated Icons Ninja. You can never truly go wrong with having a bunch of ninjas fight a Kuuga. Here we are with Mythic Legions Purplor in this Malleus armor. Last but not least, here is a Mezco Deathstroke. Happen to have him out because I'm messing around with the new old boy sculpt that I got in the other day. It's now, it's been like a week now. But yeah, here we are. All in all, I truly do adore Kuugas, and that is my personal bias. But if you're interested and want to try a Kuuga, Mighty Form and Growing Form are a really good start. But if you just want to go based on the color that you want, I say have at thee and have fun. If you're just watching this video for fun and to support, I say thank you. If you're watching it to just, and you randomly across it, again, thank you. For real, guys. I hope that you're having a good day, a good night, wherever you are. Hope you had a meal that you really enjoyed. Hope that you're taking the time for yourself. Don't forget to have a couple glasses of water. Please, as always, be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.